Mitsukateyo your dream, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Phantasia. I'm a Playflick and I got advanced logic here.
Oh, holy shit. How long has it been?
Long enough for Sire Goku to say...
Fucking finally, as my friend would say.
I get... So how long has it been? Fucking finally, I guess?
Well, fucking finally we're back to this after like, what? 2 months?
3 months, 4 months. It's all good.
12 years. Yeah,
4 months.
it
Still took
matter.
less time for us to get back to this than it did for you guys to get back to Origins. Or
That was uncalled for.
season, whatever.
Anyways,
Oracle of Origins.
Oracle of Origins with ages and seasons.
Yes.
Those Belladonna are like, oh my god, they can see upper skirt,
I'm actually
robes,
surprised
whatever.
you didn't cancel Oracle of Seasons with the amount of time it took for you guys to finish it.
Alright, Princess Clara.
I know, right? Vagina tentacles and shit.
I love how everyone's
Who's-
just standing there having Celeste do all the work.
I'm like, I didn't want to cast a spell.
But honestly, who the hell thought that was a good idea for... what was it called again?
What?
Like Belladonna, what was it?
Oh yeah, Belladonna.
Yeah, I was just like, who thought that was a good idea for an attack for it?
Japanese.
Well, good job.
Tentacles.
I
Yeah,
give it a 9 out
translation.
of 10.
And that too. Jelly
It's Wolfie's
blob.
translation. You know how correct their translations were. Looking at you, Final Fantasy VI.
Anywho, just want to clarify that I'm playing this game in hard mode, and they don't hit any harder. They just have more HP. That's about it, and it's pretty annoying.
Unlike in other Tales games where harder difficulties actually means stuff gets more difficult.
You think they'd fix that? What's up, tits?
I actually did read up a little bit on TV tropes about Tales of Phantasia. A little bit.
Does this contain spoilers?
Oh, it talks about a difficulty harder than hard.
Like difficulty hard? Oh yeah, well, just go for it.
That's not really as well.
Well, that's pretty much, I think it's called... Yeah, it's not relevant, it's just Mania mode, because in hard mode, the enemies have double health, whereas in Mania mode, they have triple health. And in Mania mode, you do not recover TP at the end of a battle. At all.
But that doesn't mean anything. It just takes battles long. It's not hard. It's tedious.
I agree.
course!
I agree with Opaque. Increasing the enemy's HP doesn't make the battle harder. It just makes it take longer.
Add in the
That's
fact
the
that
same
you don't
excuse-
gain
that's the
TP
same
while you
thing I said
fight.
about Symphonia 2 with having bosses that can heal themselves. It doesn't make the battle more difficult. It just makes it take longer than it's supposed to.
At least in Symphonia 2, you don't have, you can regain TP while you fight.
Yeah, but it still doesn't. But it still doesn't help when a boss can just randomly heal 50 HP every couple seconds.
That I don't mind that much, but what I mean is like, just imagine you can only carry 15 orange gels, and the only way to make the battles faster is spam TP skills.
I know. I've played this game. It's annoying when you finish a battle and then you only get like 5 TP back instead of
After
constantly
wasting
getting it
like
back.
70.
Man.
The amount of money I spent on orange gels in this game. Ugh.
Technically, I think it is called Mania mode because it'll make you go fucking crazy. It's like
Yeah.
it's like fighting a snail on Maple Story. He has like fucking 1000 HP. Just die! You don't even grant experience at it. You're like, do little damage.
I know. At least with snails in Maple Story, they only have 50 HP at max.
Tales
This
of
is-
Maple Story, that sounds awkward.
Well,
Yeah, it's because snails are like the opening enemy in Maple Story. Because I think the weakest one has like 10 HP, the one above that has 25, and the hardest red snail is 50 HP. Whereas, like by the time you're level 10, you're going to be doing at least 500 damage per hit.
I'm wondering
Well, I
how you remember this.
I expect him to
I've
remember
played
he
Maple
did
Story
spend
all too much, tits. You have
he
no
did
idea how
spend the
addicted I got to
entirety
it.
of his. He did spend the entirety of his middle and high school years playing the fuck out of that game.
You do know you could leave Maple
Actually,
Island, right?
Yeah,
That just
It's
like
not
that just
any
blow your
worse than-
mind.
It's not any worse than everyone that plays World of Warcraft.
I play both.
Yeah, but with Maple Story, it just... It's a certain kind of addiction.
People that play World of Warcraft and don't know how to stop.
That's just addiction in general when it comes to smoking, drinking, all that fun stuff.
Well,
Yep.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying you can't blame a game that never ends for you not wanting to stop playing the fucking thing.
Not to mention paying for extra stuff.
It's a perfectionism thing.
I'm looking at you, NX Cash.
Anyways, to stray away from Maple Story because who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
I keep expecting you to throw in an Emperor's New Groove clip every time you pull that lever. That would be something Luigi would do.
It wouldn't be that relevant considering.
Pull the lever.
Considering you would have to be wrong the lever.
Why do we even have that lever?
God, that was a great movie.
Apparently, it was supposed to be a serious Disney movie.
How do you make a movie that's about a guy that gets transformed into a llama a serious movie?
It was supposed to be called The Kingdom of the Sun.
It was originally planned to be serious, but then they decided to make it comedic.
Yes.
Are you sure that wasn't what the original story it was based off of was called instead? Because Disney tends to take existing stories and make their own twists on it.
Lion King!
No, what Tit said, but
Not Lion
I guess what Tit
King,
said again?
more like Aladdin, damn it.
You mean like the cobbler and the thief and whatever?
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
Yeah, that too. Because I know there's this whole like copyright thing with the Lion King and this other movie that was like in another country.
Yeah, the Moria mine is pretty fucking boring, and we're talking about Disney movies.
Yeah, that's the testament to how boring this dungeon is.
Oh, at least you can see the Phoenix this time, right next to the fucking Hail
Oh
bird.
yeah.
Dare I say that this is more boring than Symphonia 2 as a whole?
I double dare you.
You only think it's boring because Luigi keeps talking about how boring it is. You're the neutral of the three of us in that group.
Even neutral aside, all I know is that my gut says maybe.
And you've played through Symphonia 2.
Your gut talking's scary.
And you didn't dislike it. You didn't think it was better than the first game, but you didn't hate it.
I think I've said this plenty of times before, but all I think about Symphonia 2 is that it's a good game, but a terrible Tales of Symphonia sequel.
It's a good game, but
Yeah.
it could have been better. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's the point that it was a sequel that made it suck. Kind of like Tales of Graces F. I mean, it wasn't a sequel or anything, it just had a stupid story.
The difference with Tales of Graces F and Symphonia 2 is Graces F was a planned remake. Symphonia 2 was just Nintendo going, hey, Symphonia sold well, let's make a sequel.
I'm just saying that if the story isn't that good in an RPG, even the gameplay can't save it, apparently. But at the same time, Graces F was fun.
I don't know, you could kind of say the same thing about Mario RPG. I mean, the story in that game wasn't perfect.
Not if you were a kid. Come on.
True, but I mean, if you think back on it now, I mean, there's actually very little story in Mario RPG.
Alright, so I just need to summarize why I was Arshay in the back at the beginning. I controlled her, and I was like, hey, cool, magic, Cassie. I'm like, oh god, this is boring.
Yeah, that's why I never used magic. That's why I never control mage characters, and yay, you're Superman. Again.
And that's my friend Batman. Ah.
Just reminds me of that episode.
I see what
Just
you
reminds
did
me
there.
of that episode of Ren and Stimpy. Like, I'll tell you what really killed the dinosaurs. TV! Too much TV! They drove themselves mad. Wait, no, that's not how it was. Oh yeah, they all thought they were Superman and jumped off a building.
What was his name? Henry Cobb? Oh man, that guy was crazy.
Remember. I don't know who the guy was, but I remember that episode.
I love how his nose falls off or something.
What's sad is I haven't seen that episode in like years, and I still remember it.
It's a classic. Anyways,
No!
puzzle
I
solving.
want to holler the loud, funny words!
I would quote that, but it is 12 o'clock, and my parents have work tomorrow.
Quote
Yeah,
it.
same here. Only it's 10 o'clock, and practically everyone in my family's asleep right now, so I don't want to go like hollering the loud, funny words.
Yes, that's why I wasn't gonna do it either.
Why don't you both quote it in a different, style, like in I don't know, lounge?
No, we don't have to quote it.
Wait, what's that one? Oh, quote it. What's that one guy's name?
I like Darren. He is my friend. I like you and him. He likes you, I hope. I'd like his autograph and a nice picture. He is nice.
One of these candles is not like the other. One of these candles gets a sorcerer's ring. And then find out that you're not really gonna need it because it's not gonna light up.
Yeah. I don't blame you for thinking that was a candle because it looks a lot like a fucking candle.
No, it's actually a lever.
Nah. It's funny because you have to check it and then it tells you, oh, it's not lit. Then you try it. Oh, wait, it's not even a freaking thing.
Yeah, and then you go up to the next room and the two torches have the two torches that are lit have the same model as the switch. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be a goddamn freaking, I don't know.
We put holes in teeth.
Gosh, fucking damn it.
We make holes in teeth.
I think Namco was trying to be innovative when they were just being annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just cavemen.
So just to recap, why we're in here is to get Clarth the Spirit Ring Pack Ring, so summon Luna.
Yay!
And this cave has 9 floors, which I could have cut off all entirely if I felt like it, but this is kind of a, in a way, a crucial turning point to the whole game. Well, not as
Yeah.
crucial, but this is kind of what like sparks the everything to start really moving.
Yeah. Essentially, the
Seems
main
like-
plot of the story is going to start up soon. I'm not going to spoil what it is because I've already played this game, but people watching will see.
Well, I mean, the main plot. What was the original plot?
Well, you had that sorcerer guy that revived Dow's.
Well, the main plot isn't revealed to like the very near end of the game, like Grace has said. Right now, it's like Dao's bad, kill Dao's. We need Luna. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. The plot of the game isn't actually to kill Dow's, it's to find out why you need to kill Dow's.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I mean, I'm practically done with this as we're commentating over this. I'm at the near end already. I just we need to commentate all over it.
Right,
But,
right.
yeah.
Like, that was kind of fitting with the way you were circling around. It's like, we gotta commentate.
It's almost as if you timed it.
Contra code. Okay.
I was gonna say, wait, Konami's gonna sue somebody.
Konami, sue somebody.
Catch
Catchphrase.
Jelly Blob?
God damn it.
Anyways, I had no idea what I was doing. My brain was just speaking with me. I don't even know what I'm doing now.
Doesn't that puzzle mean you have to push the statue onto the switches in that order?
Yeah, not really. You can just step on them yourself, and then opens this passage down here to open that lever to go back upstairs.
Okay.
This makes no sense.
This is what the statue's for.
No, it makes sense.
Because when you pull that lever, this door opens down here too, so you can move the statue now to open that door to go further down.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but it seems kind of confusing at first when you're pushing those buttons. Like, you would think it would have done something immediately in view, but you have to go back and find out there was a door right there that you opened and you're like, fuck.
I don't know. It's similar to like a Zelda-style puzzle.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
at least
so.
it will at least give indications, but...
I don't know. I don't know. When I first played Link to the Past, it wasn't very obvious about the whole pushing statues on certain switches. Sometimes. I mean, the first dungeon it was, but later on it wasn't.
I don't think Legends of Zelda games are too heavy on that, anyways.
Oh, it started getting that way around the 3D games.
Oh, I only played 3DS or just 3D in general.
3D.
3D in general, Ocarina of Time, and those games.
I honestly don't remember nothing about Ocarina of Time. I still don't think what's so great about it, but every time the Zelda games are brought up, I'm like, eh.
I'll just say this
Yeah.
about Ocarina of Time. The reason why it's so popular is because it was the first 3D Zelda. That was it.
I want to say it's 64
It's more than
3D,
that.
and it had good controls, and the story was stupid, but
It was
it's
essentially
It
a
had
remake
solid
of
controls that built a foundation for every other Zelda game.
It was a remake of A Link to the Past, essentially.
I don't think so.
Eh.
I mean, like, if you think about
Well,
it,
not
it's
not a remake,
at all.
like a spiritual remake. It played
Nah, that's
out.
Twilight Princess from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
No. Ocarina of Time played out essentially the same way that Link to the Past did. You had the,
Actually, not really.
You had
Well,
the-
a little bit.
you had the 3 gemstones when you were a kid, which is the same as the 3 pendants that you needed to get in order to get the Master Sword. Then you had the 7 sages, which is the same as the 7 wise. You had the 7 sages, which was the same as the 7 maidens to get to Ganon.
All I know is that these other games are the repetitive story, and it needs a better villain.
It only became repetitive after Ocarina of Time, actually.
Well, yeah, to be fair, obviously.
To be fair, Skyward Sword at least had a technically different main villain.
Yeah, but then they implied that it's practically the ancestor or the first reincarnation of the villain that we all know.
Honestly, I like Twilight Princess more because it did try to be different.
Even though it's...
It would
I
have
don't
been.
know, I think...
Twilight Princess would have been better if they just didn't stick Ganondorf in there.
I don't know. I think they really do need to. You know what? I'm done with this conversation. I don't
Well,
want
let's
to
keep
talk
talking
about
about Zelda.
The next Zelda game better not have Ganon in it at all.
Oh, it will.
the next
They'll
Zelda game.
they'll
Better
shove
not
him
have
in there.
Link in it at all. I'm tired of that.
No, they're
guy.
gonna make Zelda a girl.
Zelda should totally team up with Metroid. He's pretty awesome.
Why can't?
But Metroid can't crawl.
I like how the Phoenix's like tongue is like the Hellbird.
Oh yeah.
Ah, shit.
It's like you barely notice these things when you're playing it, but like during those pauses, it's pretty cool.
I also love how we spent 12 minutes of this video not commentating at all about Tales of Phantasia.
I was gonna bring that up. I'm like, poor Tales of Phantasia. You're neglected as fuck.
Can't really help it when there wasn't really much going on in the dungeon.
Dit.
Yo.
Asbel.
Fuck that guy!
He lives forever.
He comes out in Naka Riki Raka Rufio. Dungeon X.
What now?
What?
What about Yuri?
Anyways, going on. Fucking spikes, ow. Feet, ow. Apparently it hurts.
Ow, ow. God. Oh shit. Actually, that didn't do too much damage, and random cut.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna heal up and just gonna show you how much damage you did.
That's okay.
It's like, eh.
I don't cut when I heal only because it only takes like a second to cast Nurse once on everyone and we're done.
But it adds up.
1 second.
It still adds up. It can't
Oh,
add
not
down.
this time, it's not a lever.
Yeah, this time you
So
actually need
instead
a
of the
ring.
video being 25 minutes and 16 seconds, it's 25 minutes and 17 seconds?
Well, I mean, when you record in big chunks,
Yeah, I
considering
know.
the Moria might took me about an hour and 40 minutes because of the random battles, and me having to run out to get more stuff because of hard mode. Like, going hard mode on this part of the game was a stupid idea because this is where they fucking triple the amount of random battles you get.
Oh yeah, that's something like most Tales games do. Is like, oh, we expect you to be 10 levels higher than you're supposed to be at this point. No.
Later in this game, they do introduce the if you touch me, we will get into a fight sort of thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Now I see why people like this more than random battles. At least in this game, because it's really excessive.
Unless they do it the same way they do it in Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, where, oh, we can see the enemy, but we kind of have to fight it anyway because it's standing right in front of us.
So yeah, this puzzle's like
Teleporting
don't-
puzzle.
yeah, it has a weird sound to it. But it's like, hey, I want that chest. Maybe if I nudge there, fuck you.
But there's an invisible teleporter back there.
Translation of the sign: go the long way, bitch.
Fuck
Pretty
you.
much.
And because you ran in circles, you got in a random battle. Way to go!
Tits, if you were
Tits,
playing
you-
this game, you would be like, why am I playing this game?
If Logic actually played this game, he'd probably still be playing it 2 years later because he would just not finish it.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a sick burn.
It's not a burn if
Tits.
it's true.
Tits. Tits.
Tits on
Give
fire.
me a burn heal.
It's not
These
a burn if he
tits
knows
are
that
on fire.
it's not a burn if he knows that it's true.
I
You want to know
think
how I can prove that? Tales of the Abyss.
Yeah.
You play that game?
Tales of the Abyss. He got that game for 3DS 2 years ago and he still hasn't finished it.
It came out in the 3. Oh, that's right. It did come out in the 3DS.
He got that game 2 years ago and he still isn't done with it.
He's not even done with Fire Emblem, but like he just has a bad backlog habit, right? Tits.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I'm buying games I'm not gonna play right now as we speak.
Like, I want Tales of Grace's F. I play it for 2 weeks and put it down.
Actually, with Grace's F, I tried playing as much as I could when I first got it because I think when I finally got my PS3, it was like in the middle of a quarter. And yeah, it's just like... Actually, it was when I was doing Let's Play of Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, that was almost a year ago.
No, that was a year ago.
God damn it.
Actually, no, it was in the middle of my Lords of Shadow Let's Play because I remember I got my PS3 on Black Friday, and then I started playing the fuck out of Grace's F whenever I could, but since I had class, I kind of had to put it off here and there because of school.
Also, that ogre wasn't taking shit from you. He kicked you in the face like 3 times.
All I want to say is this part is pretty much a filler of venting on anything we can think of because this is boring.
Tales of Symphonia 2 had a similar puzzle. It was like, take the longest way possible, but there's like 4 different paths, and it's really hard to tell which one's the longer path.
Honestly, this game doesn't tell you, but I got lost. I got stuck here. You're supposed to go into that room, and the rooms change as you go in and out.
Yeah.
Why?
It's a good thing you got edited because eventually I just like, you know what? Fuck it.
And the
Damn it, Princess Clara!
and the changes are so minor that it's really hard to tell that they even happened at all.
This dungeon is, I want to say, the 4th biggest dungeon in the game.
Yeah.
Only because it's
With
stupid
random
tedious.
teleporting.
Not that. It's just there's the okay. I was telling this to on Skype that after this dungeon they up the ante on random battles, and then after this you have to do a long dungeon, followed by another long dungeon, and then 2 short dungeons and another long dungeon, and then you do a mini somewhat regular dungeon just to finish the first portion of the game.
Yeah.
And
This
then
game's
the very middle of the story, or because there's time travel involved in this game, it is only for like 1 boss fight.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, past and future. So what I'm trying to get at is that, fuck, man, this game doesn't
Fucking
know
long.
how to make dungeons.
Well, the thing is, like, most Tales games break off into 3 separate acts.
That's, well, the second,
Usually.
the
You got the
technically second act
introduction,
just sucked.
then you got the middle part, which is what you think is the main story, then you got the third part, which is the plot twist.
I wouldn't. All I know is
Actually,
these
there's
dungeons
usually
suck.
2 plot twists. Like one relatively early that turns out to be minor compared to the second plot twist. But
well-
Grace's F didn't have any of that. It was just as generic a plot as you can get.
It's really hard
Regardless
for
of-
me not to spoil this game, but I'm doing my damnedest not to.
Regardless of plot twists, this game is just, you know what? Do these dungeons to chase Dallas, and you're done.
It's a very good game. It's kind of trying to emulate Final Fantasy, but not.
I just want to say these dungeons aren't that well. But anyways, with that said, I'm a Pig Flake,
I'm Advanced Logic.
I'm Sire Goku.
and that's Sire Goku, apparently, because, yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here.